classroom while receiving a lecture he sees the statue of himself outside across the window and begins to wonder if he got reincarnated. It's been 15 years since he died. Professor asks him a question and he is disappointed that a top-ranked 9 alchemist on the continent is being asked such a basic question. Well, nobody knows he is that since he just woke up in a young boy's body. He is an answer, and the professor gets shocked, but the whole class starts to rain insults on him since an obviously correct answer is written in the textbook. However, the professor confirms that he is correct and she wonders how he knows the information that was not included in the textbook. She starts to contemplate that his talent could lie in alchemy, opposed to the incompetence he is known for in martial arts due to his closed chakras. She then asks him some other tougher questions, and he answers them so easily that she even got solutions to some of the difficulties she even having. She quickly leaves the class and everyone starts to wonder if Liancio had suddenly become smarter. He heads to the alchemist tower to see Yangdi, his former disciple, so he can help him fix his weak current body. On entering the tower, he meets the receptionist and asks for Yangdi, but unfortunately he is told that Yangdi, the former chairman of the association, stopped working there 20 years ago. Nuncio wanted him to make some pills for him so he could use them in opening his chakras, but now he has to find a way to do this by himself. He then tells the receptionist a list of some materials he would need. However, Jiang, a rank 1 alchemist, interrupts them and tells the receptionist to go and attend to someone. He checks the list and throws it away like trash. He then tells Lai Yongxiu to leave as the alchemist tower isn't a place for kids. However, while Yongxiu detects that you're wrong, just recently became an alchemist through some shortcuts he took so he could pass the alchemist exam. Jiang is shocked but ignores him. However, he gives him attention and starts to beg him when Yunxiu tells him the consequence and how he knows the solution to it. Everyone is shocked to see an alchemist bowing to a young boy. Nuncio tells him to find and bring 10 batches of every item on the list to him at the academy. The receptionist reports the event to Lord Lang, a rank 2 alchemist. He asks to check the list of the items the young boy asked for, and he is shocked that he doesn't even know some of the materials listed. He sees it as extremely valuable. Tells the receptionist to keep Lai Yongxiu around by all means and inform him immediately when next he comes. Liancio walks along the street and reasons that he has to find other ways since the herbs would be difficult for Jiang to find. He checks the young boy's storage ring and sees a useful weapon, a sword he can make use of before he opens his chakras. As he approaches the academy's gate, he is attacked by 2 guys, Dufeng and Luji Hanbai and Shenzhen, while Yongxiu's best friends suddenly appear to defend him. As they fight, Luji breaks Handbag's arm. However, Princess Qinrixu appears to defend Lai Yongxiu also, and the 2 guys decide to honor the princess and leave. As they leave, Lai Nuncio challenges them and Dufeng dashes at him. He kicks Dufeng on his balls just as he tries to attack him, leaving Dufeng paralyzed. Luji tries to attack him too, and he receives his fair share. 2 Lai Nuncio's friends are surprised by this and they ask him if he has by any chance opened his shakers. His friends and the princess begin to fear that Lan Fi, who is open to 7 chakras and has almost broken through to the realm of a marital warrior, would seek revenge on him since Dufeng and Muji aren't his lackeys. While Yongxiu gets to his room and considers that his body is too weak, he decides to train to strengthen his body to at least make up for his close chakras. He decides to practice the Tarrant body tempering technique he'd acquired from Ao Chang Khan, the strongest of the 10 martial sovereigns. He gained cultivation method in his previous life but died before he could cultivate it. This technique could bring him to the same level as the martial sovereigns once cultivated, even if he can't open his chakras. He starts the cultivation process and starts to feel great pain as though his body is about to be ripped apart. He goes to the gravity training hall and enters the basic 10x gravity chamber to build his body so it can endure the pills. When he starts taking the medications to open his chakras afterward, he goes to the tenfold gravity training hall. As he enters the 200-chambered hall, he meets some apprentices also waiting to enter the available chambers. He takes a quick scan with his divine sense and discovers a room that is about to be vacant. He goes there, and as soon as he gets there, the apprentice inside finishes his training and comes out. The other apprentices who have been waiting for hours for vacant rooms are surprised and wonder how he could locate a vacant room very quickly. As he tries to enter the chamber, Yu Heshing, a peak-level martial apprentice with 7 open chakras, blocks the way. After a while, Yu Heshing attacks him with a crouching tiger fist technique, but it doesn't cause any damage to him. Liancio critiques his usage of the technique and tells him the proper way to use it if he wants to land a fatal blow. Yu Heshing tries to attack him again, but he uses a strange movement and hits him instead. However, he is disappointed that he could knock him out in one hit due to the weakness of his body. They are all surprised that he could do that without showing a hint of the Yuan energy that is released from those with open chakras. They all soon discover that he is Liancio, the young master from the Life family, the guy who cannot cultivate his strength. When a lady named Liu Landuo comes in, Liancio had tried severally to woo Liu Landuo before Gu Feiyang reincarnated but got turned down because he is weak. She told him she would only accept him if he could beat her in a fight. Liancio leaves them and enters the chamber. He soon begins his training. He continues to train aggressively for 3 days even though he is feeling much pain, yet he continues. After 3 days he comes out of the chamber tattered and wounded, and everyone wonders why he is training so hard. Even with his closed chakras, they soon find out that he has smashed the black iron stone they have been practicing on for years in the chamber to pieces. He goes to his room to clean up, and he uses the Tarrant body temporary technique to completely heal his wounds. Handbag comes to tell him that the professor has been looking for him, that Lanfei has gone into seclusion for some days to break through the ranks of a martial warrior so he can come in, avenge his lackeys. However, Liuceo is not that worried. He borrows some money from Handbag to go buy pills. As he leaves, Lanfei arrives in the glow of Yuante, the sign of a martial warrior, injures both Hanbai and Shenzhen. When he beholds Li Yongxiu, he starts to feel uneasy and fearful, so he quickly launches an attack with all this strength. However, Li Yongxiu withstands his attack, and this shocks him. Lanfei launches another attack using the flowing cloud sword technique, but Li Yongxiu mocks his move and advises him on how to do it properly. He then flings sword away with his sword, which makes him start to wonder how Li Yongxiu can do all these even when his chakras have not been open. Li Yongxiu punches him hard in the face, throwing him off. He moves closer to him and places his sword near his manhood, threatening him. He collects money and other valuable things, including the Land family protection jade pendant, from him and his other men. He then releases them to go. Meanwhile, Zhiwing has been watching the fight all along. He wonders how Li Yongxiu could defeat Lanfei, and he fears that he can't handle them either. He tells Li Yongxiu that he has been able to gather 6 batches of what he asked for. Li Yongxiu then tells him to heal his friends first before anything else. He first refuses, but he does it anyway. He has no choice if he wants detoxification method from him. After healing his friends, he demands that Li Yongxiu tell him the detoxification method, gives him the prescription, and Zhirong sees that it's a reliable one. He then tells Li Yongxiu that they are now even since he already got what he wanted. However, Li Yongxiu tells him prescription will only remove the toxins from his body without causing any side effects, but there's another problem. Toxins have caused they have begun to weaken his soul power. He tells him that there's little chance of him ever breaking through to the ranks of a rank 1 alchemist again. However, he also tells him that he knows a way he can recover his soul power and become a real rank 1 alchemist in just 50 days if only he would become his servant. Jiran for his protests against being his servant, but later summits, and Li Yongxiu gives him the soul cultivation art, a very rare soul refining technique. Why Yongxiu desires to become an existence surpassing even his previous life, breaking through into the realm the legends, and he is relying on the divine soul expansion technique which he discovered shortly before his death. He believes this technique must have had something to do with his reincarnation using the divine pendant he got from Lanfei and the materials Jiren got. He practices the cultivation technique and finally opens 5 chakras. Seeing that the jade he got from Lanfei was very effective in arousing his body's potential, he aims to also obtain other 4 jade pendants from the Land family. His 2 friends come to see him and warn him about a potential threat. Lanfei's half-brother Bland Swan, ranked 3rd in the entire academy, Li Yongxiu, makes him his next target. Instead, as he needs to get his hand on his divine pendant, also Lanfei goes to see his uncle Wang Feng to help him get his divine pendant back from Liuceo. Wang Feng, a teacher in the academy, tells him that he will find a way to use the academy's rules to expel Li Yongxiu at the academy's annual assessment that will be held in 7 days. As long as Li Yongxiu can't show his chakra glow, they will then retrieve the jade from him. As soon as he leaves the academy, Lanfei feels that 7 days is too long to have Li Yongxiu expelled and comes up with a plan to get him expelled. Before then, Liu Jianxiu receives a letter. While practicing his cultivation in his room, he checks it and sees that it's a love letter from Liu Lendu asking that they meet up at Maple Grove. He dresses up and leaves. Meanwhile, some guys were sent by Lanfei to plant some things in his room while he is away. However, unknowingly to them, Li Yongxiu finds out. He heads back to his room after they have left and sees female underwears under his bed cover. He decides to play along. Also, he goes to Maple Grove, and on getting there, a young lady comes running to him asking him to save her from a guy who is trying to assault her. However, Li Yongxiu had already sent someone to inform the academy officials. The dean of students, Teacher Fang, appears with some other people, and the guy and the lady are shocked. They were planning to frame Li Yongxiu, but he was smarter than them. After a while, as they attended the issue, Lanfei appears, with some people reporting that there's a thief who steals female students' underwear in the academy. He claims that someone saw the thief running in the direction of Maple Grove. He points out Li Yongxiu as a suspect with backing of the witness and requests that they search his dorm to prove his innocence. Wai Namzio agrees and decides to take them to a storm. On getting to Li Yongxiu storm, they are surprised to meet Wang Feng, Lanfei's uncle, already waiting there. Wang Feng tells them he hears that a perverted thief is causing trouble and is there to observe capture the thief. After a while, they all head into Li Yongxiu's storm to search Main. The witness is told to do a thorough search, and after much searching he is shocked as he doesn't find any evidence to prove that Li Yongxiu is.
That's it for today. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.